Let's see if he pops into view here. Actually, it's a pretty good jog all the way around this darn pile of dirt and back to upwind of the pit, but he'll come here in a second. I'm already pretty much cooked. He'll take the hose. Time him. He's going to go up there and do some aggressive application of water across the surface of the pit. He's out of there. Watch his glove. He's hot. He's cooked through. He's cooked through, and the weak link was the gloves, maybe his flash hood. It cooked through. He's out of there. He can't maintain a presence around that kind of heat. The water application, a little bit briefly about this, and I'm almost finished here. This is a pool with about 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet of LNG in it. Steady state vaporization rate. Notice the very minimal vaporization coming off the pit. Very controllable situation. There's a water curtain sitting there. For whatever reason we have it on, there's something over here while we're burning we want to protect. A lot of it was, there's a open path gas detector there. We don't really care to cook, so we've got a blanket over it and a water curtain in front of it. It's downwind. All the water's coming up and drifting on downwind. Everything's hunky-dory. He's just lit the vapors there with a flare. That's Bad Bob. What's that right there? This slab all around here, that demarcation line, all this slab flows towards the pit. Everything else flows away. What's starting to happen here? There's weather coming through. The wind's changing. It's dying down. It's starting to become variable. Water's starting to pool up on the slope towards the pit. That's a normal burn there. Notice the water's starting to come down towards the pit. Hasn't really gotten there yet. This is a normal steady state burn, manageable little fire. He comes in with a 20-pounder sodium bicarb, 40B, 100 square foot pit, but puts it out. I think it's good technique. Moments later, there's my pit. Where's my fire? It's drifting. It's going downwind. The water's going in the pit. The vapors are coming out so fast, and they're so rich, they're just pushing the flame front downwind. It's it's hanging here, it's rolling over this direction, it's rolling this direction. Somebody mentioned the driver, the LNG truck, the truck driver with the lawn chair that showed up out here? There he is. Probably, I don't know if it's the same driver. He brought his lawn chair, he's watching the whole event. It may have been the same driver that came up here. There aren't that many drivers working for that company. But he's got his lawn chair, and he didn't ever see it. I don't really get a chance to see this. It's pretty cool. He's pretty good distance away, there's the truck. Perspective's kind of distorted. He's just watching. It's fun. But what we've got a situation, water going into a pool fire. The pool fire has no longer is manageable. It's doing what it wants to do. The flame front's going where it wants to go. This is the same pit with the water going into it. Notice the difference, if I can back up here, between that fire, steady state burn rate, and that fire. Okay, what's the difference? Runoff water going into the LNG. And these guys, I don't think, put this fire out. The second, we've already touched on this only briefly here, the high expansion foam. And one thing, a lot of firefighters are so used to laying AFFF on gasoline, getting total vapor control and extinguishment. I mean, AFFF is wonderful stuff. And they watch the high expansion foam going on to a burning pool of LNG, and the first thing they'll say is, it's not working, it's not working. Why isn't it working? And we'll be standing next to this pit, and they're going, it's not working when there's flames across the top of the pit. Why isn't it working? It is working. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I go, notice, our bunker gear is no longer steaming. Okay, yeah. The heat output has gone way down. I haven't put the fire out. I'm probably not going to put the fire out. And I've had foam manufacturers come in fully expecting the Hi-X was going to put the LNG pits out. I mean, they absolutely were convinced their equipment was going to work. I'd bet them a steak dinner, because in 20 years I have not seen it do it. I've seen it come close, but not. And 2 years later, I'm going like, hey, pony up. I want medium rare. You get control, and it's a good thing. It is a valuable tool, because if I can knock the heat load down that sufficiently, when my bunker gear is no longer steaming as I stand next to the pit, that means I can now operate in proximity to the problem. I've greatly reduced the heat output to the surrounding infrastructure. It's just that a lot of firefighters are so used to high AFFF on a gasoline or diesel that they're expecting it to put that fire out. You're just not going to stop that kind of vaporization at those cryogenic temperatures. And I think at this point, well, I got one last little video clip, and I'm going to wrap it up, because I think lunch is somewhere down the line. High expansion operation onto a 65 square meter pit. And if we can get this little video clip. Do I get complete extinguishment? No. Do I stop vaporization? No. They're coming through the it's coming through the foam blanket. But I have a situation that's considerably moderated as far as heat output. I've gained control of the problem. I'm going to get a controlled burn. Now, could I come back in there with dry chem and put it out? Now I can manage operations around it. If I want to do so, I could do so. Gentlemen, I'm out of time. Thank you.
Leave it on, Kurt.